If I am practicing alignment with Source on every subject that is active within me, then I'm absent of the gap. I'm absent of resistance. I'm in the presence of that vibration, and the result of that is I feel what I'm wanting to call appreciation. We like to call love and appreciation identical frequencies.
Makes sense.
It's easier for you to appreciate the word appreciate than it is to appreciate the word love, because love has a lot of tangled pieces for many of you. Most people, in nearly the moment that they make a new selection of something that they want, contradict it with their awareness that it doesn't yet exist as a manifested object in their experience. So, I want this thing that I do not have. I want this thing that I do not have. That's introducing contradictory energy into your equation. I want it, but I want it, but I would like to have that. I would like to have that, but I don't have that. I would like to have that, but I don't have that. So you hold yourself in a powerless situation. It's like a tug of war with two equally powerful people on each end of the rope, pulling, and no one's getting anywhere. And so what you want to do is let go of the end of the rope that doesn't feel good when you tug on it. You want to let go of that end of the rope, the naysayer end, the pessimistic end, the facing reality as it is end. Now we know they've trained you to be objective and to face reality because you don't want to be delusional, they say to you, and we say, yeah, you do. Because if you can believe in something that hasn't yet manifested, that might make you delusional by the standards of those people that are wanting you to be very reality-based. But if you can be a little delusional about those things, which means if you can be more hopeful, if you can be more optimistic, if you can be more futuristic, we use that word carefully, futuristic about what's manifested, but right now in the powerful now, using this powerful moment in time where the vibrational experience is happening within you. If you can focus in a way that feels good to you rather than bad to you, then that means you've let go of the resistant thought. And if you let go of the resistant thought about anything you want, what you want starts moving towards you. There is a momentum in it, you see. You know about momentum, don't you? Momentum is such an easy thing to understand. Once you get it going, it's easier to keep it going. A little hard to get it going in the beginning. We know you understand about momentum. It's in your experience all day, every day. Every time Esther puts her heavier than it should be suitcase in the back of her Tahoe, she says, okay, I'm going to use momentum. I'm going to use momentum to get this big heavy thing up there. And momentum carries it. She gives it some, and it takes care of the rest. Because an object that is in motion wants to stay in motion. And a vibration that is in motion wants to stay in motion. It's what momentum is. So when you start practicing a vibrational frequency, it's sort of like exercising a muscle, isn't it? When you start practicing a vibrational frequency, it's easier to keep it going. And that's really what deliberate creating is. So how do you feel about the beliefs that you hold? How do you feel about the expectations that you hold? Esther said to us in the early days of our explaining this to her, but Abraham, it's true. It's true. This thing I believe, this thing I expect is true. And we said, we're not questioning that, but we have another question for you. Do you want it in your experience? Well, what's that got to do with anything? Everything. But it's true. We said, there are many things that are true that you want to experience, and there are many things that are true that you don't want to experience. We would suggest you keep the things you want to experience that are true active in your vibration, while you deactivate the things that are true that you don't want in your experience. Deactivate them. How do you do that? By withdrawing your attention from them. Okay, so I'm not going to think about that thing that I'm thinking about. How's that working out? I'm not going to think about that. I'm not going to think about that. I'm not going to think about this, because when I think about this, it really bothers me, and I'm not going to think about this. It bothers me to think about this. I'm not going to think about this. I've been thinking about this for far too long. I'm not going to think about this anymore. I want you to stop doing that, you say to your children. I don't want to see that again. And your children know what to say. They want to say, then look the other way. If you don't want to see it, then don't ask me to stop doing it. Just look away. And that really is our message to you. You could learn it from your children. Just look away. Well, that feels odd in a reality-based society, doesn't it? Because most humans have been sorting the realities, the manifestations, into piles. These are good piles, and these are bad piles, and these are not so good piles. And we say, but then by the time it's manifested, that's not when we want you to try to apply your focus. It's hard not to notice things that are around you if you've got a vibration that's active within you.